Many of you will get lean this summer, which is awesome, but few will maintain that weight. Most will get fatter again, or at least fluffy. And it's unintentional. We're not talking about seasonal bulking or cutting, which I approve of. Listen, if you actually want to be lean, if you want them cuts year round, or at least slowly gain weight, you need to permanently change your diet. In fact, the word diet is probably not the best way to approach things, because that implies that it's something temporary, something in the short term, that which will not be maintained for a long period of time, which is precisely why most people fail. You see, the key to staying lean is sustainability. If you can't see yourself doing this in 5-10 years from now, chances are there will be a rebound effect, either by a small amount or a very large amount. And we see this all the time with yo-yo dieters, or people who like to follow different fads. They go from one extreme to the next. And these are usually people who are troubled, by the way, tend to have some serious body image disorders, but I digress. If you have trouble integrating these habits into your life, you're bound to fail. And this is exactly what happens to guys who get shredded or decently lean. They think they're all good because they crossed the finish line, not understanding that this isn't permanent unless you maintain those habits which got you lean in the first place. Just think about it for a second. If when you were fluffer you had 3 cheat meals a week, do you honestly think you continue to do that as a lean person? No, maybe you have to drop it to once a week now. Or if you're doing the frequent cheat meals, you really have to pay attention to those calories. Or what about all the drinking you may have done in the past? You got to seriously monitor your intake. It has to be true moderation. You can't just eat whatever the fuck you want because you got the cuts. Otherwise, you'll just get fat again. Does that really make sense? Think about it. If you're doing cardio every single day for months, and then you just drop all your activity, well, what's going to happen? Your TDE is much lower, and now you might end up in a surplus because you're following natural appetite, but natural appetite is no longer in sync with your TDE, so you regain the fucking weight. So how do you not fall into this trap? I'll tell you like this. Don't get too comfortable. When things are going great, when you think you can have that extra slice of pizza or whatever, think twice, because that's a mistake. Every time you indulge in these behaviors, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with that fatter version of yourself. You're bringing it back to life. It's like a former porn addict getting back into it. They start relapsing, and next thing you know, they're watching every other day or whatever. Or a simple alcoholic, as extreme as these examples may be. When it comes down to dieting, when it comes down to unhealthy foods, eating junk, or constantly going out and constantly engaging behaviors that a healthy person would not do, you need to seriously minimize that. Now, I'm not telling you to be a hermit. I'm not telling you that you can't enjoy your life. Cheat meals are fine. And you can easily employ, and if it fits your macro strategy, to get a little bit of extra stuff in on your daily diet, although I don't recommend that. All I'm saying in today's video is that the habits that got you lean must be sustained over a long period of time, otherwise you will go backwards. And it's that simple. Diets fail because they're not sustainable. How come it's been over a year and I'm still in the 160s? Why did I not go back to bear mode? Well, because I no longer live that lifestyle, if you will. Back then, I would have a lot more junk food. I would include a lot more animal products, a lot more things in my diet that I've greatly minimized. Now, if I were to start eating that way again, guess what? I'd balloon right back up. Sure, it was easy for me to maintain the weight back then. How come now it's a struggle? Well, because the lifestyle habits have been modified. I do a lot more cardio now. I eat a lot more clean. I'm much more mindful about my long-term health. And this is something that I do, maybe not all the habits, but most of them, it's stuff that I could do long-term. And when I go to a grocery store, I'm not thinking about all the junk that I'm going to get. In fact, I don't even pass by those aisles. I don't want to. I'm only thinking about fuel, nutrition, that which makes me feel better. And I'll tell you, every time you do indulge in one of these feasts, unhealthy ones that is, you feel it. You can feel the inflammation. You feel the bloat. And it's not fun when you're actually living a healthy lifestyle. So the way that I see it, you just have to be in it long enough. You have to be able to maintain your weight with ease without overstressing about the diet, if you will. You have to be able to do this in a way that's almost effortless, that is just naturally integrated in your life. You're just a healthy person. You're walking in the store. You're getting your food. And it's no big deal. Other people might think you look crazy, but when you show up and you're the only one in the fucking lineup and you got healthy stuff in your basket and everyone around you is buying all this garbage, well, they're the ones that fall, not you, okay? Because you understand that health is number one. Health is wealth. And the reason why they're fat as fuck is because of what's in their basket. So look, man, it's about long-term sustainability. Maybe not every strategy you'll be able to do all the time, like OMAD, or doing some long fast once in a blue moon. Maybe you're not going to do that, and that's okay. But it's about the overall picture here. You become aware of nutrition, you've educated yourself, you know what your caloric needs are, and now you're going to stay within those boundaries. You're going to keep yourself accountable, and you're not going to allow yourself to get lazy. You're not going to slip out these healthy habits just because you can for that moment. Because as I pointed out earlier, once you start getting arrogant and cocky that you can get away with this, because maybe the first few times it's unaffected, that's when the problems arise. Because now you're bringing back in the old world. The past is coming back. And the only way they're going to keep this going is to maintain the habits that got you lean in the first place. It has to be sustainable. That's all I got to say. It's a very simple video, and those who are already lean, you already know this information. Does it really need repeating? In fact, this is one of the most common sense videos that anyone who's fit should understand. But for those who've really been struggling to maintain their weight, a lot of them actually don't know this information, which is very interesting, man. And it explains the state of affairs in the world, why everybody's obese, why everybody's out of shape, you know? It's very sad what's going on. People not taking control of their health. But anyway, I hope this video helps you out. Again, for those who are intentionally trying to bulk, this message is not for you. Or for guys who just want to try being shredded one time or just try being lean. If it was just an experimental thing, then fine, you know, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Or if you accept the fact that you don't have the discipline to rock that, cool, no problem. It's just be honest about why you regained the weight. Understand that it's a matter of accountability and the fact that you haven't been consistent. Okay, that's ultimately what it's all about. In the gym, we have hard work, right? Well, with nutrition, we have consistency, which in itself kind of is hard work when you're starting off, but over a long period of time, it just becomes your default. And what everybody else is doing is considered madness, you know? That's how I see it, man. To me, the world doesn't make sense in a lot of ways. The fact that you would feed yourself this fucking garbage and destroy your long-term health and create all kinds of diseases that could have been prevented in the first place, that's madness. The idea of living off junk food every single day, that's fucking... Bro, you gotta have some problems to do that. Some serious brainwashing must have gone on. There must have been a lot of bad reinforcement there, man. But anyway, I'm not gonna go on any longer. I feel for you. I understand where you're coming from. And I hope that you take this message seriously. It's all about sustainability. You do that, you won't regain the weight. And if you do, it'll be a small amount. It'll be a weight that you're comfortable with. You're not gonna get fat, all right? So there you go. Hope it helps you out, and I'll talk to you all next time.